defended. Revive.
You can't do anything but smile because you understand he's bringing the same energy that we're bringing in. He hit it. Okay, coach. I see you, my dog. Okay, yeah.
But there's a couple things we want to talk about that actually came from the Alabama-Tennessee game over the weekend. The Crimson Tide, of course, defeating Tennessee 37-20 to continue their 6-game winning streak. Alabama became the first team in SEC history to win 4 back-to-back ranked games without a bye in between. A pretty significant feat for this team. But when you turn on the game, when ESPN turned on the game, you saw a different type of Kalen DeBoer lead his team on the field. So I don't think I've ever seen Kalen DeBoer, like I was telling our producer, have this type of pep in his step. He had a different look in his eye. He hits the padding on the field goal post. So he's all the way locked in. You can see kind of like the players kind of like really riding his energy. When you saw that and you see that, if you saw that from your coach, what would go through your mind as a player?
Oh man, Mr. Rogers got a little juice in him. You know what I'm saying? That's as a player, man, you can't do anything but smile because you understand he's bringing the same energy that we're bringing in that night. You know what I'm saying? When he hit it, okay, coach, I see you, my dog. Okay, yeah. So it changes the energy of that team. So that's man, as a player, man, all you can do is hope for it. And you know, just like playing for Nick for 3 years, man, was nothing like coming out of that speech. Man, look, there's only 2 men that made me cringe when they hollered. My daddy and Nick Saban. And when Nick, he gonna give you that speech, he gonna relate it to some type of Army or Navy or Marine story. Man, hey, you ready to run through a wall, man? I'm ready to go right now. I got about 10 plays left in.
Yeah, I got you. And speaking of DeBoer, we talked about this on previous episodes of the Time Out podcast. Our players are saying that, hey, there's a different look when it comes to Kalen DeBoer. He's changing. And we've talked about that on previous episodes of our show, like I said. And you've said that, hey, I need to see this on a consistent basis. This is something that it's great that we're hearing that he's saying he's changing it, but it has to be really consistent. Seeing it now, seeing what you saw him leading the team out against Tennessee, and also what you're seeing on the field in terms of the product getting better, they are winning, having success. What does it mean for you as a former player to look at your school and say, hey, I see some changes, and just what are your current thoughts about DeBoer?
Man, again, I'm not changing on my stance. You get one introduction with me. I'm not changing that. But what they've done right now is I think he's went back into that mystique mode where you have to walk on really eggshells around your staff. You know what I'm saying? I think that first week was a kick in the ass for them. I think that was something that was just like, nah, bro, we got to get back to the drawing board. People not just laying down because we're Alabama. Everybody got money now. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Everybody got money now. So now I got to separate myself. And what does that look like? What are these kids used to? They're used to that old angry man that you had to walk on eggshells around. And that's what made Alabama. Even with Bear Bryant back in the day. You got to have that type of old man energy. And I know everybody's like, well, times are changing. No, they're not. If I want to go play on Sundays, they're not calling my parents. They're not calling your trainers. Who they gonna call? Your head coach. So at the end of the day, he still holds all the cards. But to say, man, it's still game 6. It's still week 6. What, week 7? What we are? Week 7? Yeah.
Technically, week
season
7
ain't over. It's still early. Anything can happen. That's why I'm not trying to get so excited. I want them to double down even harder. This week of practice, they supposed to be going 10 times harder than what they did last week. You got an X on your back. It's only getting bigger.
Yeah, another thing just to kind of close out this topic is that we talked about it earlier, saying that they beat 4 ranked teams back to back. Those were big time games. Those are games where in the past, even last year, Mama lost some games, but they didn't lose the game that we had circled. They beat Georgia and said this is supposed to be a marquee matchup. They beat LSU when he said, like, yo, this game is going to be a game where, like, whoever loses is out of the playoff race. But you lose to Oklahoma. You lose to Vanderbilt. You lose to teams where you kind of like walked in sleepy a little bit. This game, this weekend kind of paints that picture of being one of those games. Hey, South Carolina got the team. Heck, everybody said South Carolina was going to be a national championship contender before the season started. Unfortunately for them, things haven't gone their way, but they do have a talented team. And one thing that I even talk to people about now, you said it, with them putting an X on their back, I think it's kind of different now. Maybe it's because this changing landscape. I feel like coaches are going to get fired faster and faster now. It's just how it's going to be. So now if you're Shane Beamer, he's not particularly on the hot seat, but he could be trending in that direction if this season goes a certain way. So now you're facing a team who has a chip on their shoulder because in terms of players, because they want to play Alabama, but you're also looking at a coach who is thinking, hey, this may be a time to revamp my job. This is going to basically reset things with the booster. So how should the players and coaches look at the matchup with all that in mind?
Now, you said a mouthful just then. I can honestly say he's definitely going to be on the hot seat because Seaborn committed yesterday.
Yeah.
And I heard they were in the top 5.
Yeah, they were.
So, you know what I'm saying? So that is, now granted, I know the quarterback got hurt, but it's been like this the last 4 years.
Yeah.
South Carolina's going to come out hot, and it's just like this. They come out hot and just drop straight down. So with them not getting Seaborn, I think what's going to happen is he going to have to win this game.
Yeah. I can see
That's just point blank period. Guess what? He going to have them walking papers on Sunday. So it's going to be a must-win game. So I can honestly probably only imagine they're going to come out guns blazing this Saturday. What time do they play?
2:30.
Yeah. They're going to come out guns blazing. But if you look at Bama, you look at our roster, it shouldn't even be a close game if we come out and do what we're supposed to do. But again, they're desperate. And I'm going to tell you, like anything like a real man, 2 things he's going to do. He going to keep what he killed. He going to hunt. So I'm expecting these boys, South Carolina, to come out and play for their coach. You like him. Beeman is a great coach. He's a likable guy. He's put the team on his back, but it's still South Carolina. That they don't have enough legacy like a lot of these other schools, like an Alabama or A&M or LSU, where they've been a premier forefront team. So they ain't been relevant since. They have not been relevant since. What was it? If you hear me saying that's a whole lot of uhs. Who was the coach that was at Florida back in the day? That was there.
Oh yeah. That's all Steve Spurrier. That whole run.
Steve Spurrier.
Yeah.
They ain't been no real dogs since Sidney Rice them out there, man.
Yeah.
So it's a must-win game for him. But he finna have the walking papers on Sunday. I can tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like I said, that's kind of like the era that we were in. That's gonna be a topic later on in the show because I think that's a whole, not later on this show, but later on in a couple of weeks. Because I think it's something interesting that's happening in terms of how fast coaches are getting fired now, and I think it probably has something to do with NIL, important, a lot of other things.